Alrighty, doing the left and right pieces for the hatch. Should be pretty cool, man. So this one's in the cavity. And it's a pretty quick process. I'm using double-sided Gorilla Tape. It's gummy, so it compresses pretty well. And I don't know if you can see right there, but it looks like a pretty tight fit. I left half of a millimeter of tolerance space for that tape. It seems to be working really well. I don't know, we'll see when this comes together. But so right now, just doing half shells from, yeah, 2 half vertical shells. Mentioned doing the top and bottom shell. I think that'd be pretty cool too. Could actually be better in some ways. I think it's an extra process for the windows. So we'd be doing 3 processes instead of 2. But it could be worth it. It could be pretty smooth, pretty clean. Anyway, yeah, I like how this is turning out. This is really, really cool. Machining. Need to change that from a helix into a plunge. So I'm gonna have to go back over to the computer and make that change. That's all this process is, just a bunch of little micro changes every time I do a cut. Anyway. Been having trouble with this coupler right here. That thing is snapping. Probably for 2 reasons. I got this not quite aligned straight onto that rod there. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is this entire Z-axis carriage is probably a lot of weight for that coupler to be torquing out all the time. So what I did was I slowed the acceleration down on the Gerbil setting, and then I slowed the machine down on its own also. The other thing that causes that to break, I think, is when I'm cutting with the entire diameter of the bit, so the entire load of the bit is too high. It puts a lot of pressure on this thing. So what happened the other day is I had the speed of the I'm drawing a blank on what that is again. It's a router motor. It's not a router, it's a mill motor. Anyway, the spindle, there it is. I had the speed of the spindle down to try to keep it from melting. I was getting some melting happening and it would ruin everything. So I tried to take the speed down, and then what happened was that coupler broke. It's like the 3rd time it broke now. I'm running out of them. I had to order a bunch. And yeah, so you know, the load of the cut and just torquing that thing out, causing that coupler to break. So got some work to do on this. So far, these 3D printed clamper doodles, I can never remember what those are. They're working pretty good. These belts, I haven't even had to adjust these since I put them on, so yeah, they're doing pretty good. I gotta take this bitch right here, and I gotta mount that sucker to the other side, so that it'll come up in such a way that it kind of snakes around back and then down. That way this part isn't running into this, because I can only go so far on the bed here. I have to stop pretty much, yeah, where this is being cut, like right here. about as far as I can go. So it'll give me more space to cut. Anyway, things are going pretty good at this point. Oh, check this out. Since I got you. I got all these heaters the other day that I ordered. And they're awesome. This is gonna do the trick, I'm pretty sure. So a 24-inch wide, and I think that was 6 feet, 8 inches in width. This is gonna be one bitch of a vacuum former for sure. It's gonna be awesome. I still haven't wired one of these up yet to see if they work or not. I've just been too busy with the G-code trying to get those cuts done. I want to get a couple airframes done so that I can take a break from the mill for a while, because I've had my entire focus on that for a really long time now. I'm ready to take a break. So I get some of these airframes done so we can start working on some of the airplanes, and then I kind of have a design for these heaters, or for this vacuum former in general. Let me show you this. Welcome to my office. So that's Fusion 360. Look at all these processes, man. This is just one process for this thing right here. And then each one of these is a separate process for a separate piece. It goes and goes and goes. Anyway, it's been fun. I'm learning a lot. But I was going to show you my vacuum former. Check this out. There's via CAD. I know I'm going with Ryobi green. They got me. I just love it. It's just cool. You know, that the green with the charcoal gray. Good look. Anyway, I got these clamps drawn out. Yeah, there's one of them right there. And I got everything drawn out really well on this so far. And I am doing the vertical type. So this is really cool, because what this is going to do, this acts like a hinge right here. So that top part of the frame will be able to come up, and it doesn't matter what thickness of plastic I put in here. This will be able to raise up with this spring and basically clamp it down. So I could put, you know, probably going to have Carl plasma cut some reducer plates for me for these airplanes, so that I don't waste a bunch of plastic, and so that it is really efficient. And so with that, you know, whatever that ends up being, probably 1/8 inch, plus the plastic itself, it's going to need to, when I clamp this down, it's going to need to have some space in between the frame there for those pieces. Otherwise it wouldn't work. I gotta have some room with shock absorbing, or whatever you want to call this. I don't really know what to call that. Anyway, I'm pretty stoked about this, because now I know what my heater dimensions are going to be. So that is essentially those heaters over there. And so just gotta I don't know how long this is going to take. I'm really scared it's going to take months. But I'm pretty excited, because it's coming right along. Everything's working out really well. Just getting those heaters alone was a big deal. So hard to find, and then to find a good price like what Carl and I found the other day. Anyway, I'm proud of this. That's how that's going. Where's my PID? Oh, the PID's over here. Anyway, I was going to tell you, I've got another panel over here that I'm going to draw that's kind of set off 90 degrees from this design, and that'll be where the controls are. I'll have all my PIDs and heater settings and zones and everything right there. So that way it'll go in the corner of this garage somewhere, probably over here, actually. Oh look, fuselages! Anyway, so Yeah, heating zones and the control panel on the side over here. And then the box will be underneath this frame. And underneath the box, I'm gonna put some really nice racks for the plastic sheets that I've got to cut down. See all that plastic over there? Right there's a big roll right there. And underneath that I have just a shit ton. Actually, let me go show you. Because you're probably sitting in gas control right now, bored as hell in the middle of the night. So you got time, right? You got the time. So that's, this right here is polystyrene. That's .001 or, God, it's been so long now I can't remember. It's thin, it's good stuff. I think it's, no, it's .01, that's what it is. Anyway, it vacuum forms glossy if you use the right heat, which is really cool. And then I've got some more polystyrene right here. This is O2, this is O2O, so it's double the thickness of that. And then you've seen some of this, some PET G right here. And I think this is O2 as well, so same thickness as this. This is some O10 in white styrene. And then this is Lexan that I've never used. I think I tried using it, and it does actually form if you're not doing really deep draws with it. But we've got that other shit coming that's a lot better. That .007. Cannot wait for that. That's gonna be awesome. On a roll, you know? All right, what else should I show you while I'm in here? The laser? You wanna see the laser? Check this out. Speaking of which, these bearings right here is gonna take that roll of plastic that I get, the 007 for the vacuum former, and I was gonna make some kind of roller to put on the end of the machine so that I can just roll plastic onto it. And now I'm running into an issue with that because, well, the frame gets in the way. What I'm gonna do, I kinda got an idea to maybe route it underneath and then over. I don't know, I'll figure something out. But if I can't do it, I can't do it. Anyway, this is the laser tube. I am gonna have to take this bitch apart, probably for a little while, to make some room so I can weld that vacuum former together. I wanted to change something on this anyway. Instead of having this belt vertical like that, I gotta actually flip it so it's this way, so it travels this way. It's just gonna be so much easier. This has been a real pain in the butt to design and try to get it to work right. I'm so anxious for so many things, it's ridiculous. I've got the power system right here that'll fire the laser. I haven't even done that yet. Doesn't take long to hook up, I hear. And this belt down here, probably the hardest thing about this machine so far. I'm trying to work something out where I use one motor, that one right there, and then hook it up to a pulley system where it comes over to this side and turns this screw so that this entire bed lifts up with CNC control. It's not going too well at the moment. In fact, it's not going at all. But you can see I've got this on rails here so it can come up and lift on these rails with nice bearings. Pretty cool. I like it. This thing's huge. It's going to be nice when it's all done. Be able to do a lot of stuff with that. But yeah, I got to take that apart, and that's a chiller right there. That is going to chill the water that runs through that tube. And what else about that? Oh yeah, it's also a water pump. It's not just a chiller. So that pumps the water. That is for the air puff that you need in order to hook up to the head here. This is the laser head. And so that little compressor will run air into this and then puff it down through this so that you don't have a fire. Because we ain't got no time for no fire. What else? So boring. Oh, I bought that. I love that. I was gonna make a, it holds the drivers. Just a driver holder. I was gonna make one, but anytime I have an opportunity to just buy something instead, if it's not too expensive, I try to do that. Because then, you know, it's saving me time. Time is money, blah, blah, blah. I love this right here. Let me show you this. This is really cool. Welder. So this is my one of my carts that I built, and it's so cool because it takes up such a small footprint in the shop here, but you can do so much on it. So check it out. Got my drill press, my shitty drill press that's not green. It just needs to be green. This actually came damaged in the box, and I was mad. Anyway, I don't know where it's at right now. On this side? Anyway, it's broken, just trust me. And this is a battery-powered miter, and it sits at the same level as this, so that I can just lay a piece across here. And all I have to do is pull that pin, and it comes up. I don't want to do it right now. I'm going to smack myself in the face or something, but this is awesome. I love battery-driven stuff. And then from another level, I can actually cut with my bandsaw. I use this a lot. Cutting that foam stack. Anyway, this is awesome. And then I've got that vacuum down there. 3D printed attachment piece here with the hose. It doesn't really work great. I mean, none of them really ever do for dust collection, but it does. I guess it takes some, you know. It's like, I don't know, I think I just want to be cool or something like that. But this whole thing moves. I can move it around, and I love it. It's so convenient. I use this a lot too, bench grinder. Anyway, yeah, let's go see how this is doing over here. So it's doing the parallel process right now. I put them all in sequence, so it goes from one job to another. It doesn't even go to zero, it just goes straight to the next job coordinate, which is really cool. Anyway, that's looking real good. I'm excited about that. So after this finishes the parallel process, just smoothing out that inside with a 5mm wall thickness tolerance, it's then gonna go, and I think it'll start back here, and it'll just plane this entire thing level to the surface. So it's basically the process that cuts it out. Right now, I think double-sided tape is the way to go. It just seems to be working right now. If I can get the tolerance just right, it works great. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. I don't have anything else to tell you. Except that I still have like years left of work to do organizing my shit. This is how I organize in here. Can you believe that? I mean, it's kind of organized. Look, there's a 182 cal right there. Where's the plane? I don't know. Need to get some racks or some shit. So I gotta finish painting that. Got those nice lights installed. There's a shop tour. 3D printers. Some lists that I forget about. Alright, this is probably getting super boring. Aloha.